Evening, Dan. Evening, everyone. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Little trip away to Maidstone last night. Nice little evening out, catching up with some old faces and new ones. And yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, I'm all good. Thank you, mate. We can hear you.
All good yourself, guys?
Yeah,
Hope you're well.
You're good, mate. Yeah, Maidenhead. Wolves travelled in numbers last night. They didn't actually give out an official attendance. They said they would do it at a later date. So that sounds a bit dodgy to me, to be honest. But there you go. So I would say there was around about 3,500 Wolves supporters there. There could have been 5,000 in the ground. You wouldn't have got many more people in there. Good atmosphere. Boys were singing. Pitch was long, ball didn't run, rock hard. I know I'm not making excuses. Difficult to play football on the ground, on the floor. It was a pretty poor watch in the first half. Second half, we made almost full-scale changes, and it was much better to watch, more cohesive. The young lads that came in did pretty well, and they gradually started picking holes in a Maidstone defence, Maidenhead defence. Sorry, that was it is what it is. It's a tier below Kidderminster Harriers, but it's your typical pre-season friendly. First half, Saeed, he went off injured. That looked very good straight away, but there didn't seem much cohesion there from us. Andre lost the ball a couple of times, and it was just very sloppy. Your typical pre-season friendly where everybody's a bit rusty and your fitness levels probably aren't at their best then. And nobody wants to get injured, do they? Nobody's going in. There's no crunching tackles and what have you. Yeah. But what you want to see, for me, I've always said, it's not the results, it's the performance. And you gradually want to see, over your 4 or 5 friendlies, a system and a performance getting gradually better. And the lads that are involved in the first 11 especially, gelling as a team, and us starting to pick teams apart. We've got to remember as well, though, you've got RJ, 9, Kretsky, Santi Bueno, Moller, Wolf, all of these kind of players weren't there, and they will, if they're still here, feature in your first 11. So don't get too carried away. We've got it. I think when we get to our last friendly and then Port Vale, we should see, hopefully, a system that we think, yeah, we could do things here. But it's early days pre-season friendly wise. There's not much to report from it really, Dan. It's just your typical shitty little friendly that's been done to get Maidenhead some bucks in the bank, really, after they obviously sold us Max Kilman for 40 grand. I think the agreement was they got 10% sell-on clause, so they got 4 million off his sale, plus a pre-season friendly. So yeah, it was a nice trip. It's this side of London, so you're not getting stupid o'clock, and I wouldn't get too carried away by that, to be honest. What I would get carried away with, which we will talk about after this little section, is the age-old problem of recruitment.
Yes, absolutely. Just saying, guys, I am back now. I don't know what was going on with my microphone, but we are back. Welcome to episode 17. Thanks for everyone for being here, getting in the chat, getting involved and everything. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, guys. We are back now, which is awesome. First episode officially. We're being a 3 Grumpy Wolves. Dappa joined in now fully, and we're ready to go. One pre-season game down against Maidenhead, and you heard there Sutty actually went to that game, and you got a little bit of taste of what it was basically from my perspective, and I'll come to you in a second, Dappa. It's a little bit like what Sutty said. I mean, it's a friendly game. It's a game where there's a lot of players there that haven't played together in a while. They're playing for a manager that they've never officially played a game for. So I wasn't really expecting a lot. But then you look at the opposition and you think, well, at least we have to show our quality, as a higher opposition. And I thought in the first half, we were dreadful. I thought there was no sort of passing momentum. Midfield was very, very lacking. The defence held up well, but that's probably to be, there's probably nothing to write home about considering the opposition. But my concern is the creativity of this team, and it was like that before, really. But it feels like more so now with the likes of João Gomez going and stuff like that. It's going to be difficult to have players on the ball that can do something. But it is what you said, Sutty. I mean, we can't get carried away too much, but we do still need to see the qualities of these players as individuals. I thought in the second half we looked better. To be honest, I thought we started to push the line up more. We started to sort of assert ourselves more, some quality on the ball from three decent players, to be fair, which we'll talk about the goal in a minute. I'll come to you about that in a minute, Dappa. But ultimately, it's a game where we've come away, we've won a game, and in some spells we've looked all right. But again, like Sutty said, we need to talk about that recruitment. But I'll come to you, Dappa, briefly about Maidenhead and what you thought.
Yeah, it's just a fitness camp at the moment. After the first 2 weeks, he's been drilling them on the fitness. And once your fitness is there, after that 2 weeks, doing the hard yards, then comes the tactician and what he's trying to do with the team. I think it's like they had a quick pre-season. Was it 0-0 in Portugal?
Yeah.
And like you say, like Estoril, yeah. He played 11 this first half and 11 the second half. So a lot of managers do that anyway in pre-season, and then picking the bones out of certain individuals, peaking for that very first game of the season, which is going to be Blackburn. So, the first 11, not very good. Sitting in front of the back four, and I was expecting him, or he was, for Andre and Manetti to come and probably pick the ball off the back four in a deeper, I suppose, a plan B and a plan A and a plan B, where a certain team sits back. So you might be 2-1 up, Dan, and you want to retrain that ball. Second half, he changed the personality, and it was, let's press that line, like you said, Dan, press it up. Brought some good kids in there, Adozi and stuff like that, and Boubacar come on, Dole come on. More energy, more legs, more triangles, more patterns. But I do believe he has got a plan B, and he tried that in the first half, where you are deep and you're expecting your 2 midfielders and wingers to come and pick the ball off the back four. It never happened with Andre and Manetti there, so he changed it around the second half, and a lot brighter, a lot better. But like we say, we're just peaking at the moment for Blackburn.
Yeah. I think, what kind of players? I mean, you touched on a few players there, Dappa, to be fair. But what kind of players do you think you were happy to see on the field? Right, like I thought Doyle. I thought Doyle did really well in that second half, because I feel like that's where we were really, really lacking. I thought there was no stitching the ball from the midfield to the attack to the defence, and I thought he really got about, and he looks decent, to be fair. I thought, like you said, Adozi, was good. Mane, I thought it started pretty weird at first. I thought he was trying to find his feet a little bit, and then started to show some quality, obviously, for the goal. So I'll come to you actually on the goal as well. So obviously you were there. What was your opinion of the goal and how it came to be?
I just want to make a quick comment on here. Peter 123 North Street, shut the fuck up, mate. You're doing me head in. We're trying to give you a bit of an insight in what's happening at the moment. It is the first pre-season friendly. We've got players out still. Do not think that I'm all for Jeff Sheemark too, like you keep saying. I didn't see you stood next to me with the fucking flags when I was stood on my own with a couple of other lads. So shut the fuck up, Pete. If you want to chat, just get in touch with me privately. Anyway, that's that. Welcome back, Sut. I'm going to talk about Tommy Doyle first.
Yeah.
Tommy Doyle will be a good bench player, but if you think he's the answer to our midfield problems, then we really are in the shit. Tommy Doyle is an honest professional who will give you his all, but he is not the answer to unlocking defences in this league. Sorry, he's not. These people are going to have to spend some big money. It's fact. You've got to spend some fucking money within this league. If you're going to punch your way out, you've got to spend some money. Okay? We've done nothing yet, money-wise, really. A couple of frees, re-signed Andre on a new contract, and the young lad Saeed for about 7 million quid. So it's very difficult to judge what's there at the moment because we sold our prized asset last week, and I would have thought a good recruitment team. I'm going off spec a little bit here. I've got to because I'm ranting.
No, I'll tell you what. We'll
nothing to speak about really.
No. So in terms of, I'll just quickly allow the little bit of a little bit of free will for a good goal. It was a good shape that sort of came around it. The triangle, like Dappa was sort of talking about, and to be honest, you've only got to do something like that against lower opposition. You've just got to show a little bit of quality, and it was very, very lacking throughout a lot of that game. And just one little bit of quality completely unlocked the door, and all of a sudden it just looked really easy, and they were in. Good finish by Mane, 1-0, and we'll go again. But yeah, Sutty really, really wants to get into the next topic, and that's really where I want the meat of the podcast to go into anyway, because oh man, we were promised that there were players lined up ready to go. We were promised with this Dream 3. Well, Rob Edwards was part of that Dream 3. And then Rob Edwards was basically told that he needs to fuck off. And then we got another manager, Cesar Pachetto. But the problem is with that is Cesar's come in and he doesn't know any of these players. He doesn't know any of them. So now he's been told, right, I can't just ask these players to leave. I don't know any of them, so I'm going to have to look at them all. So we've literally got to wait now for him to assess all of them, and we just don't have time. The original plan has now gone completely out of the window. I didn't really want Rob Edwards in either, but that should have happened ages ago. And what's happened is we've waited and waited and waited for Uncle George to have his way again. We've literally waited and waited for him to go, right, what's going on? Where's the dominoes falling? Oh, the last domino's fallen. Right, tell Rob Edwards he's no longer welcome. Don't give a fuck if he's on holiday or not. Cesar Pachetto, apparently, he's all right to come to Wolves. Fulham have sorted their problem out. Atletico Madrid or Real Madrid have sorted their shit out. So now that's it. We're just gonna press the button, And this team, we've got so much deadwood in this team that we should be getting rid of. But now, because the manager's changed, all of that goes out the window, and all of a sudden we are a few weeks away from Blackburn. We've sold João Gomez, you know, and we look even weaker than we did originally. We've got in Rafiki Saeed, who doesn't really look fit, to be honest. I'm perplexed how we've gone from getting Trippier and Raul to saying, oh, well, you know, it is the World Cup, though. And my argument to that is, are we really going to sit on that excuse, Matt Jackson? Are we really going to sit on the excuse that we're waiting for the World Cup to be over before we started making any signings? Who the fuck in the World Cup are we even going to recruit anyway? Who's going to come to the Championship who's played a World Cup? So we should be looking at players that aren't even anywhere near the World Cup, because that's the level that we're at now, whether you like it or not. So
Dan, Dan, can I interrupt here?
Go on, Sutty, carry on.
I'm fucking spitting feathers here.
Go on.
Right. So back in January, at this bullshit meeting that my friend keeps going on about here, he weren't there, but I was. So I'll tell you what fucking happened. I looked this guy in the eye, and I said, I actually told Matt Jackson the players that would be leaving, and the only one I've got wrong, well, two I've got wrong so far, are Hwang and Andre. Right. So in January, we had £88 million worth of sales. Couple that with our only sale really this season of 35 million this close season. So that takes you up to 123 million. They've spent £7 million. There is no excuses for not being at the head of the fucking table to spend big money. Now, I don't expect us to outspend West Ham. We will not compete with West Ham just because of where they are. If you ask a player, do you want to go to London for 80 grand a week in the Championship, or do you want to go to Wolverhampton for 50 grand a week in the Championship? There is no fucking contest. But we, as a fucking football club, should be second in line. And we, as a football club, should be looking at automatic promotion. Now, back in June, you were there, Dan. We went to the trust meeting, the AGM, and Mr. Jackson was there, and he's very chirpy, and he said, yeah, we're going to be big hitters in this league. We've been working so hard, all our cards are in place, and we're ready to go. We're ready to go. And he actually said to me at the end, when I said to him, I sincerely hope that you do this. I want you to prove me wrong, right? Prove me wrong. And his words were, I'll prove you wrong, and those flags will be shoved up your arse. Now, nothing would make me feel better. Well, it probably wouldn't actually, but to have a bloke who's got hands the size of fucking Pat Jennings trying to shove them protest flags up my arse because we've gone up automatically. But I'll tell you this for fact, we yet again are dragging our fucking feet through like fucking wet sand that's about fucking knee deep, and tumbleweeds floating around the fucking corridors of the recruitment rooms at Molyneux yet again, and not enough is being done. Now, this is an open question, and I do hope he's watching, because we know they watch these podcasts. Matt Jackson, what are you doing? What is your role? Because for me, we've had 4 seasons of absolutely fucking rubbish recruitment, because it's led us to this situation we're at now. We cannot afford to not get this right this year. If we get it wrong this year and we don't go up, we are staring into the financial abyss. This football club has got to do it first time all these fucking idiots that have said, "Oh, I don't mind if we finish 10th or whatever," and just sort of, 10th. Let me tell you, we're fucked if we finish 10th. Absolutely fucked.
Yeah.
We've got to go up first time. Now, please, Matt Jackson or the recruitment team, anybody on that board of recruitment and running a club, please give us an indication of what the fuck you're doing. This isn't me bedwetting. This is me 3 weeks before our first league game, 2 weeks before a League Cup game, asking a relevant question is, what the fucking hell are you doing? Because I can't see it. How the fucking hell is Chihuahua still in this fucking mindset?
Chirome.
Wang is still at the fucking club. Why? Why are we still doing this to ourselves? This hasn't worked for 5 fucking years. It needs major, major money spent on his football club. And we have bought major fucking money in 4 sales, nearly 125 million quid from January, and we spent 7. Get the fuck ready for some real fucking harsh questioning, because we ain't even being linked with anybody. And it's like you said, Dan, it's pretty clear now that Uncle George has got all his fucking dominoes in line for the big clubs. And then what that does, when they fall, all the smaller players move around then. And then when them ones fall, all the shit falls. And then Uncle George will say, he's good for you. You do. I'll make a bit of money out of him. He ain't going nowhere else. Wolves will have him. Fuck off. Get us the tools that we need to get out of this fucking league at the first time of asking. Don't get to the end of September telling us when we got 5 points on the board. Oh, we got plenty of time. Because before you know it, the end of September will be the end of fucking February and we'll be languishing. Pull your fucking thumbs from up your arse. Don't worry about my fucking protest flags. Don't worry about them. Because let me tell you, they're ironed, fucking ready to go at any fucking given point. They're ironed and ready to go. Everybody else, podcast-wise as well, should be fucking up in air, up in arms about this. Their fucking heads should be in the fucking clouds, angry and showing their fucking anger. It's not fucking good enough. They promised us at that fan forum and at that fucking trust meeting, that was only in June, that they've got everything lined up, ready to go. They've been doing deals for months. We've been doing deals for months. They should fucking be here.
Literally.
So you've bullshitted us again. You've got us Raul, fair enough. Love Raul, not a problem. You've got us Trippier, absolute quality. Brilliant. You've re-signed Andre. Can't knock that. Brilliant. But we need goalkeepers. We need wingers. We need centre-backs. Because if we ain't careful, we're going to get to the end of fucking August, and just as we think, oh, well, we've kept Krejci and all that, bang, 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 the big boys will come in and say, we'll offer you 30 million for Krejci. Oh, we can't turn that down. Fuck off. Get the replacements in now. If you're going to sell them, you think you could sell them, because you told us every fucker's for sale, basically. If you're going to sell them, start making a fucking team that's going to get in the top 2 of this fucking championship, or you, Mr. Jackson, and your recruitment lot are not fit for purpose, and you might as well fuck off and stop robbing this club of a fucking good wage.
Dappa, what's your opinion?
Exactly the fucking same. It's for year after year being Wolves fans, it's like they give us this spiel, Dan. The ex-fucking chairman, little Jeff shit, he used to talk a load of shit. If you want to follow Wolves, you win cups and all that shit we know about now. Now, this is the year. They knew in December, Dan, that we was down. That's why they bought Armstrong in January, ready for the championship. One player was bought in, Dan. So month after month after month, there's should have been drawings. Well, I was about to say every footballing person at that football club should have done a blueprint now, but there's nobody with football knowledge there. So what these fucking pricks have done, Dan, they thought, gone is the trouble here. These lads, what we've got now, like Jackson and whoever was there, Manetzi and Arias and all them people, is down to Gon's tactics and motivation. Oh no. I'll have a word with Uncle Mendes, and we'll bring a Portuguese that can motivate and make these players what they think at the football club, what them good players. We'll bring them up to scratch. So this gaffer's been brought in now for the Menetzes, whoever's coming back, the Sashas, the Doyles, everyone who's coming back. These players can be improved to be, they are Premiership players in their eyes, Dan, not ours. We know what they're like. So we're going to bring CP in. Bring them up to scratch. We'll piss the division, and we won't really need to spend much. We'll probably have to spend a lot. When we got up before, we bought Johnny in and people like that. So what I'm trying to say now is they thinking these players are good enough. All they need is motivation. Now, yes, in the second half, yes, some nice little pretty formations and triangles. It's called football anyway, Dan. I watch a lot of the Championship anyway, Dan. The Prestons, the all cities and playing these little triangles and that. But what you need is a Premiership ready team to get up and then just probably bring 3 players up when you get there of quality, like we did Raul, Johnny, the old man and stuff. I call him the old man. But bar that, these fucking wankers here, now, Dan, think this gaffer is going to make these players better, and we haven't got to spend a penny. So, like I said, from last January, they knew that we was down, and they bought Armstrong in. That's it, Dan. Only Armstrong, and we spent 7 million on Saeed. So 7 and 7 from last year. That's 14 million they've spent. Okay, they paid for Trippier's wages and Raul's, but that's over 2 years. That's a separate pot, if that makes sense. So from Armstrong till now, 7 and 7 is 14 million. That's how I see it done. Them just bringing, like I said, they've just brought this manager in to motivate these players to believe in their heads that they are Premiership class. They're not done. They're not.
We're just adhering. We're literally just adhering to George Mendes so that he can make money. Joe can make money, and they're not thinking about the repercussions of us being a weak fucking squad in a division. And we're going to struggle in this division. I don't know why people of this football club aren't awake to the idea that Championship is not an easy fucking league. Yet every one of them think that if these players stay under a different manager, it'll be different. How? How will it be different? It's not going to be different. We needed to bring in...
What's their terminology of punching, Dan?
Fuck knows, mate.
Fucking powder puffs, that's what their punching is, I'm telling you. I'd laugh my bollocks off at one of them punching at me. Fuck me. Honestly, we've got to get into reality here. Forget the game last night. It's a pre-season friendly.
Yeah.
The only players that can play are the players that are here, right?
Yeah.
What worries me are the players that are here, because I think there was 23, 24 there last night, players. Honestly, now, I've seen enough of fucking a good 70% of them to tell you now that they will not get us out of the fucking league.
No.
Matt Jackson is convinced that the side that finished bottom last year would be the best side in the Championship this year.
That's what's happened.
That tells me everything I need to know about him. Nice bloke. I've had a chat with him and everything. But let's be honest here. I had a chat with a couple of people last night and said, look, if I disagree with you, doesn't mean I don't like you. If you can't have a heated discussion and still become, to speak to each other the following day, there's something wrong with you. So, but Matt Jackson was a nice guy when I spoke to him, but he is not fit for purpose. I'm not just saying this on here. I'd say it to his face. If the AGM was tomorrow, I would say, Matt, I've seen what you're trying to do here, and I'm still none the wiser. And we're 2 weeks away from our first competitive game. We've got to beat Port Vale. We have to beat them. We've got to beat Port Vale because that's the start.
Do you not think though, Sutty, that like he's more of just like a fucking, a little bit of a puppet in terms of when he was actually with Rob Edwards and everything, it felt like that everything he was saying was around him being there, Rob Edwards, because I think he just thought that he'd be easy to sell players to. I think Cesar's come in and he's got a bit more bollocks about him, and I just think that he's just like you just said. I just don't think he's. I don't think he's given. I don't think he's been given the fucking keys. In my opinion, I think they're just relying so much on. Go on.
If you're confident in yourself to do your job to a very, very good standard, you will, even the people above you, you will tell them, I can do this fucking job. I'm the best at this fucking job. At this level, I'm the best at this fucking job. And the trouble is, he's in a comfort zone because he knows he's not the best at his job, but he's getting paid a fucking good wage for doing it, right? Now, it's easy to sit back and say, okay, George is back on board. I'll keep my 10 grand a week and I'll just fucking go along with the flow. I'll back Nathan. He backed fucking Jeff.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say to you. He was a puppet then. So why? Yeah. How is he not a puppet now? We've seen him in front of Jeff. We've seen him in front of Rob Edwards. He's just a guy that's just there as a scapegoat for us to be angry at. He's the sellers. He's any of these He's any of these people. We've seen these people before. They're always put under the firing line, and we all just go mental at them. They get rid of them. But the ultimate problem, guys, is Fosun. It's Joe. It's not fucking Nathan. It's Joe. Because Joe is so reliant on George Mendes. I bet they share pajamas. Like, these geezers, literally, they're inseparable. They're fucking inseparable. Because they make money together. This is what people don't seem to realise.
Well, when you think about, Dan, when you think about it as well, he knows what's been going on financially at this club for a long time. Because when we went to that meeting, and they asked me with a mic, they come up and I said, look, these players don't care, no passion. They got a round of applause. Now he had to say these players do care because he already knew in the back of his head
they were fucking staying.
Of them, they're staying, Dan.
Yeah, of course.
So he was trying to make that bridge between us. Obviously, everyone turned against him because he said they did have passion, but in the back of his head, he was defending the players, knowing he's going to get to speak to them next year. You know what I mean? Half of them are going to be here, 90% is going to be here. So that's the reason why he tried to defend him, because he already knew, Dan, there's no money going to be spent.
They've got to fucking spend money, and they've got to spend big, because we need 7 or 8 players. We're not talking, a couple of players to make this squad good. We need 7 or 8 players all over the pitch.
Sutty, the manager's come out and said that he wants 2 more players.
Who has?
The manager's come out and said he needs a winger and a striker or some shit.
Well, I'll tell you now, if he's come out and said that, then he's here just for a wage as well.
Of course he is.
He's doing as he's told.
Of course he is.
He's doing as he's told. A bit like when Bruno Lage went public and said, I need a striker in the January and we'll get in the Champions League. The following week, he was told to shut the fuck up. You don't go public on that. Tell him you don't need one. The following week, he went public and said, no, I'm happy with everything I've got. I don't need a striker.
Lopetegui did the same thing. Lopetegui did the same thing. These blokes are... What time is it? Can I really swear? I couldn't give a shit.
You fucking...
Go for it.
These blokes, sorry, all the ladies on here are watching, they're cunts.
Yeah.
They are fucking utter parasitic cunts. And I am sick to death of this. It consumes my fucking life, this does. Honestly, I look at it. I stood there last night and I was with a good friend last night, and he's in the comments here. And this guy, he was a big boss in the corporate world. Now, I'm pretty sure if I was the one of his sort of shelf underneath him at the top, and I thought I was the best, and he told me, you just do as you completely do as I tell you. And I know he wouldn't do this because I know that what he did as a boss, he sort of encouraged people to get better. Because what he wanted, if he got the best people around him,
big circle, yeah.
He got the best people around him, that meant his job effectively becomes easier and more successful. But he's the one at the top of the tree who takes the plaudits. If there was a problem, he'd put his arm around him and say, right, how can we fix this? Let's see how we can fix this. If I went to him and said, I'm better than this, mate, I'm fucking better than this, no way would he say to me, shut the fuck up. What he would say to me, okay, prove it. What do you need? What tools do you need? You prove it. And he would encourage me. These people aren't like that. This is a fucking dictatorship still, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not. So an open message to Fosun International, Nathan Shee, Zhao, Matt Jackson, prove me fucking wrong.
They all just think we're goldfish. They genuinely do. They think we just have the most like forgettable fucking brains. We know what's happening, guys. We've been here before, and you can do everything you want in order to pull the wool over our eyes. As we've said, actions speak louder than words. Have we seen much action? No. Are you going to keep making the same excuses about the World Cup? Of course you are. Who in the fucking World Cup? Can someone in the comments tell me who in the World Cup is going to want to come to Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Championship, by the way? So why are we even waiting for that? We should be looking at Championship level players. But Championship level players that are ready to go and ready for the next step.
And improve.
And we can go to them and go, right, come with us. We think you're better than this league. Prove it. Join these lads that have just been relegated, that have got a bit between their teeth, and they want to fucking go. We've got something here, and I ain't seen it. I haven't seen it. I've just seen excuses. We get 2 good players in, and everyone, including myself, go, oh, bloody hell, all right, fair play. But then, nothing. Fuck all. Season tickets have sold out. Why? Because everybody wants Raul on the back of the shirts. I said this at the start of the fucking season before Raul even signed. I said they are going to fucking throw nostalgia so far in your face, it's unreal. They're going to go, oh, how's that taste? Oh, that's good, that. Bit of that Raul cake. Fuck me, I ain't had that for a bit. But at the end of the day, it's not enough. Who's next to Raul? Who's behind Raul? Who's in the midfield? We're playing Bentley as a goalkeeper because Sarr don't want to be here anymore, which is fair enough, Sarr. Absolutely. Feel free. You've been here long enough. You've done your time. But we should be getting a good goalkeeper in. We're relying on Bentley, who's average. He's an average goalkeeper. If you sold Bentley to another Championship side, does he start as a number 1? Probably fucking not. He backs up. So why are we just sitting here? Oh, yeah, you know what, Bentley is as number 1. No worries. What are we worrying about? Someone said in the comments, just be positive, lads, or something. What in the fuck have we got to be positive about? What have we got to be positive about? Trippier and Jimenez are ridiculously good signings for this level, says Talking Wolves. I absolutely agree with you. Did I not just say that? But what's happening now? We got Rafiki Saeed, who can't even last against fucking Maidenhead. So who's coming in after that? Who are we linked to? Where are the links?
The trouble you've got here as well, and I'll go back to Talking Wolves, Dave. We have got so much shit that has been accrued over the years. Who the fucking hell is going to want to buy them, Dave? Because I don't see a market for a lot of these players. Who's going to want to buy Tolu? Who's going to want to buy Jackson Chill? We paid 13 million quid for a bloke that's like Forrest Gump. He's fucking shit. Who's going to want to buy, like I say, Tolu? Who's going to want to buy Manetzi? Who's going to want to buy Wang? As you've said, I've watched your podcast, and as you've said, the squad is stacked at the moment, but it's stacked with absolute shit. Now, you've got to entice players in. We've done that with Raul and Trippier, probably on about 80 grand a week. If that's what we've got to do, that's what we've got to do. Because, unfortunately, we went for, I think it was Solly March. Now, Solly March is a bit injury prone. He was a great player, by the way, but he's a bit injury prone. But he's been given a free transfer, I believe, from Brighton as Webster. but they want too much money in wages. They're free of fucking charge, want too much money in wages. Sign them on a 2-year contract and give them fucking 70 grand a week. We've just raked in 123 fucking million quid in 6 months, and that's not the end of the sales. Stop fucking around, fannying around, and go and get us a squad of players that is going to get us automatic promotion. The playoffs, if we only get to the playoffs, that is fucking failure.
Someone just made me laugh.
Failure. Look, West Ham will have the pickings of a lot of European players. They could go to Uncle George, and because they've got this night, I think West Ham Stadium's the biggest shithole ever. It's shit. But international players will come in, they'll look at it and go, oh, look at this is nice. And I'm in London, and they're giving me 60, 70 grand a week. I'll go West Ham. Okay, fuck off to West Ham. But why aren't we, as a football club, saying, right, we set our stall, we are the second biggest pull in this league. That's fact. We should be the second biggest pull in this league, above any other side, right? So why are we dragging our heels when we've had 6 months fucking head start on everybody else? We knew we were down. We fucking knew we were down. Like I said to him in the meeting, other people were there in January, and I said to him, these are the players we're going to sell. Matt Jackson said, go on then, tell us who you think of sell. And everyone I said, he said, yeah. And he went through all these players. Yeah, he agreed. We can't keep on. We cannot attract players. Why the fucking hell can't Wolves attract players? Why can't we do what we did the last time we came up? And I'll tell you why we can't do it is because they don't want to do it. And there lies your problem. If you want to do it, you'll go straight back up because you'll do it again. We're in trouble if we don't go straight back up. Now, people might say, oh, you're fucking scaremongering. I'm not scaremongering. This club will languish for years in this championship if we don't go straight back up. And they'll get fed up of it. They'll almost mothball it. They'll just cover the bills. We're just a tiny little pinch of salt to them. We're nothing to Fosun, really. He can claim all he likes, oh, I stay up till the early hours of the morning to watch every Wolves game when I'm in China, the owner. Well, how's about you show your fucking arse over here? You're a multi-billionaire with private jets and everything. Show your fucking arse half a dozen times at the fucking games. And don't just come when it's going good like you did a few years ago. Come when shit's hit the fan and fucking feel the heat. Because until you feel the heat, you'll just think everything's okay again. Get the right people involved in this football club for recruitment, because this recruitment team has proved over a 4 or 5 year period now that it is just not up to standard. And you've got to start at the top. You can't expect the shit to be at the top and it to filter down. And when it filters down, it's going to be great. Shit filters down. All it does is it becomes runnier and it spreads fucking further. The more it filters down, it becomes like the fucking runs. And that's what we've got at the moment. We got hard shit at the top that's becoming like mush at the bottom, and we got shit on the pitch. Show some bollocks, show some ambition, and fucking do the right thing for this football club for the first time in 5 years. I don't give a fuck if they're watching it or not. They know I would say this to their face.
Oh, we have said it to their face.
Yeah.
I got emotional as fuck towards our friend Matt Jackson, and he said, "The proof is in my actions and all this. Judge us on the window." That's what he said to me. Judge us on the window. Well, all right, I will. Come to the end of the window. I want a side that's going to punch our way out of this fucking league. Because at the moment, we are absolutely bang average. Bang average.
Dan, can I quickly say this? I'm having a private conversation with Dave. I like Dave as a part. He's a nice lad. But Dave, you've just said, Dan, look at the transfers in the Championship. I don't care about anybody else in the Championship. If nobody else is moving in the Championship, we fucking should be. Don't say, oh, nobody else has bought anybody yet. We should be doing our business. They told us they'd got all the cards lined up, ready to go. They were
That's
ready
the
to go.
difference.
That was
That's
in
the
June.
difference. Yeah, we
That's what they
were told that
Matt Jackson told us in June, we are ready to go. All we got to do is push the button. Push the fucking button. Fucking push it and give these lads who you think are going to get us up the chance to get us up and get rid of your Wangs, your Tolus, all of the fucking shit that's in this club. Get
okay,
it out of the club.
I'll put something to you here. I'll put something to you here, right? We wanted Tolu out, right? The club, not us, the club wanted Tolu out. So they're trying to sell him, right? And they couldn't fucking sell him because George Mendes fucked it, as always, like he always does, right? Then it comes to the fact that we go away to Portugal, right? And he apparently he's the one that we don't want. Armstrong gets injured, and all of a sudden we're bringing someone in who doesn't want to be here and has been categorically told we don't want you here. We're that desperate as a football club to bring someone over like that to train with us. And then we complain because he doesn't want to train with us. What are you even doing? Why the fuck are you even asking Tolu to come in the first place? That shows the desperation of this football club. I'm sick to death of people saying, well, we've got this player, got this player, got this player. They weren't good enough. They weren't good enough then. Right? And a lot of them have shown that they don't want to be here. And we've still got so much deadwood. It's unbelievable. This club is carrying so much deadwood. It's fucking insane. So, okay, I understand a lot of teams aren't moving in the transfer market. But we should be selling players. We should be getting them in line to go. We're not. We're not doing that at all. I'm not seeing anything happen. In or out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Like, is there anything happening?
Well, that's the trouble, Dan. Like Sutty said about 10 minutes ago, when you got the main boss upstairs and he appreciates the staff underneath him, and then building a big thing, whatever that business is, Dan. Now you go back 3 years or even 4 to 5 years. What has Jeff Shee done to every football person at this football club? They've gone down the road. They've lied to them. I'm saying, like, we bringing you in here for your job, your particular job, right? You're in recruits, you're in your
and then the door's closed.
directory.
Then the door's closed and locked, and then
exactly.
Jeff.
So when they have knocked the door down and says, I think we should move this player and swap this player around in the
Danny
next 18
Olmo
months.
instead of Podence, for example.
Yeah, everything should be a moving part. So when they have asked for more money, or like, there's a certain player, yeah, it's going to cost an arm and a leg, but he's going to, he's prime, he's the best. No, we're having him, and they've had a fallout or whatever. Darryl, what was his name? Darryl Limpet? I can't remember his name. What was the name of? Yeah, Dalrymple, down the fucking road. Everyone's gone down the road. And then you got somebody who was an ex-footballer, I don't know if it was Sutty, they took the photo, and he's done, like, moving parts on the game. Do you remember? What was his name?
Sellers, wasn't it?
Scott Sellers. These are football people at our football club years ago, and they've all been moved, if that was good or bad. No, a couple of years later, he's thinking, fucking hell, what can I do now? So I'll get Victor Pereira in. He can govern the fucking lot. He can get all the players he wants. So he's VP. He's presented his 1 to 5 players in each position. So Jeff's had a look. Top one, 100 grand. Second, 80 grand. Oh, let's say Jackson Chichua, 40 grand. We'll go for that one. Arias, 40 grand. We'll go for that one. Do you know what I mean? Dan? We're like Sutty saying in yourself, like, now the scouts at this football club and football people have said, don't go for Jackson, don't go for Arias because of certain reasons, but go for 1, 2, 3 minimum. Dan, what's happened to this football club?
Mate, I had literally had a conversation with Matt Jackson, and this kid, I don't really care if you hear it or not. I literally said to him, was Jeff the issue? Was Jeff the issue? Couldn't answer it. And I know people are going to go, well, he's not going to, is he? Like in a public forum, whatever it was. And that's fair enough. But we knew categorically that was the issue because that's who's gone, right? So we know that he's gone. But why did he go? What was the main reason that Jackson said to us. He said it became really hard for us to get players in. That was his words. He said that. There was a blocker because in communication. That was his thing, right? Nathan comes in and the communication's better, all right? And all of a sudden, everything's going forward and everything. And there's a plan, right? And then Joe gets on the phone to Uncle George and says, what's going on? Is that manager coming or not? Because we've just had a fan forum and we're telling Rob Edwards and all the fans are telling Rob that he's going to be the guy. Is he going to be the guy or not? Well, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for a few things. Hold fire, hold fire. Yeah, no problem. Okay, no worries. While all that's going on, of course we're not going to get any players in. Because we would be buying for Rob Edwards. So then this new manager comes in and he's then got I've said this earlier. He then has to have time. And I get that with all of the players. But we don't have time. That's the issue. So we've gone one step forward and about 50 steps back because of George Mendes, because of that extra 20% that they get for clients. And now we're waiting for those clients. We've probably got a really good scout network happening, right? In that locked ass room that fucking Jeff Shee had the key for, right? We've probably got loads of people working in there, working their bollocks off with loads of fucking names on fucking sticky pieces of paper. But none of them are going to matter. Because none of them make money to George fucking Mendes. None of them make money. So now they're waiting and waiting and waiting. Can we make this signing? Can we do this? Well, I'm just waiting on George. He said that he's got a winger. But he's waiting on. This is what it is, guys. This is what it is, and I seem to be the only person that has a problem with Gestafuto. I seem to be the only person.
No,
but
I'm
he
there as well,
is
Dan,
the
because
fucking devil. You sign the contract with this guy. He doesn't give a shit about the quality of player that's coming in. He doesn't care if it's right for your club. All he cares about is money. And it might work out, but how many times has it worked out? And I know what the fuck people are going to say. What about Neves? What about this? What about that? But for all of those players, there's a Fabio Silva. There's another player. There's this, that, and the other. And we're waiting on his beck and call before we make any deals. There's a reason why all the links that we originally had with these, a little bit more English, a little bit more household name players that have come from Leicester, come from these different teams. There's a reason why a lot of those are drying up. And it's because we're adhering to one bloke and his fucking agency. That's what it is. That's how it is. Because that's what happened before. And history has a fucking horrible, horrible thing in this football club of repeating.
Well, like we said, repeating on what we just from last January. Armstrong 7 million, Saeed 7 million. We spent 14 million so far. From knowing we was relegated last January, 14 million. No loans, nothing, just 14 million. Now this is, to me again, they've bought the new gaffer in. Like we said before, when Jackson said, "Oh, it ain't the lads' fault" in the meeting. They have got pride. The gaffer's been bought in just to motivate these guys and make them a slightly 10%, 20% better. Where this squad falls now in the Championship being 10% better, I haven't got a fucking clue.
Well, Dave asked a logical question, and fair play for Talking Wolves being here. Big respect for Dave and that. But he asked the question, and that was, does this current 11, as in the strongest 11, the strongest 11 with the World Cup players in, etc., does that get you automatic promotion? I don't think it does.
Not guaranteed. Not a chance.
Don't think. No. And you know what it is It's not quality. It's mentality.
Mentality.
I don't think they've got the mentality that's needed to be able to go week in, week out, 2 games, 3 games here. Fuck, where in the right mind? This team in the Premier League, I don't know if people have a short-term memory loss, is the worst team, the worst Wolves team that's ever graced the Premier League. And you're saying that we are good enough to be automatically promoted?
Well, that's why they brought this new gaffer in, just to get, let's see if we can get motivated. We believe that there is some talented players in that squad, and we just needed where Edward just couldn't motivate them, or tactically inept. Let's bring somebody with a bit more Stuart towards him, and I do believe we'll get promoted. That's one hell of a gamble. That is, to try that. And then the other thing is, Dan, let's just say we did achieve a promotion. We're all happy. A good 50 to 70% of that squad needs to be ripped apart. You boo because
exactly. They're not good enough. They weren't good enough for the Premier League the first time round. Why are they going to be good enough for the second time round?
So you got to rebuild again, and you got to do that in the next pre-season if we do get promoted, and bring 7, 8, 9 quality players in. They've spent 14 million so far, done since last January. So you're telling me they're going to spend 200 million when we get up there? I don't trust this lot. No way.
Look, there's a lot of you here tonight, and really appreciate you being here, guys. I know I said earlier, but I think I was muted. We haven't done an episode for a while because there's not really a lot been going on with the club, and we've just kind of just stuck to our own devices and everything. But there's been a lot going on recently, with not in terms of players coming in or out, but there's been a lot of uncertainty considering we're getting closer and closer to that first championship game. I just want to briefly talk about something I talked a little bit about earlier, but kind of going more in depth about it. The whole Tolu thing. What is going on there? Dappa, to me, this guy should be nowhere near our club anyway. But like I said earlier, the desperation of this football club is just, it's all out for everybody to see, isn't it? We look an absolute joke. We're basically asking for our ex-girlfriend to come back.
Come back, yeah.
You know what I mean? I know what I said. Look, listen, Bab, I know what I said. Look, I need you to come back. Look, it's not the same. We're not the same without you. Blah, blah, blah. We look fucking desperate. And what Tolu's done, he's flat out refused to play, apparently, or flat out refused to train. And our manager has just gone, look, we need to get more security in. What a fucking joke, man. What a joke. And then the hilarious thing is, you then look at Tolu's, I don't know whether it was his Instagram, I was actually talking Wolves, I saw it on their Twitter.
Yeah.
That apparently Doc was round his house. It's like the fucking We Hate Wolves club around Tolu's house, and them having they're just taking the piss out of us. They're absolutely taking the piss out of us, but you know what? Part of me's like, do you blame them? Doc was treated like utter shit. Tolu basically doesn't know whether he's fucking coming or going. Doesn't know whether to fucking burn his shirt or fucking put it in the fucking washer ready to fucking dry. Because he's going to use it in the next fucking game or whatever. What is this club doing, man? Please, Sutty, I'll come to you because I thought we were done with this clownery, this fucking clownery, like this tomfoolery. Every time I open my X up at one point, it was like, the club's done this, a player's done this. What is your opinion about all that shit?
Firstly, Dan, I'm gutted that Tolu and Doherty had a meeting at Tolu's house because they're pissed off with the club. Never fucking invited me, did they?
Is she with the fucking chairman, bro?
Yeah, could have been a fucking handful.
We're gathered here.
Cheeky bastards, aren't they? Anyway, Tolu. Well, we all know Tolu's shit. But he was, I think we bought 6 players in last season for a combined fee of 113 million quid or something. And I would say there's only Krejci that's probably got any sort of remit about there. Yeah. The rest of them have been absolutely fucking rubbish, haven't they? I wouldn't say so much against Fer Lopez because, again, like my friend Craig on here has said,
Cuba.
Tuba said on here, we have this knack of getting good young players that other clubs want, i.e. Fer Lopez, Pedro Lima. Chelsea were prepared to pay more than us for Pedro Lima. We paid 17 million for him, and that kid has not had a proper run. I said last night, stood in Maidenhead's ground, I can fully understand, and I will give them time if they're going to give these young kids a go. I fully accept the odd mistake. I've not got a problem with mistake. They're human. But you can't just keep paying 17 million for this kid, 20 million for this kid, and they sit on a fucking bench. Sooner or later, they've got to be good enough. And if they're not ready to go sooner or later, you've got to look at your coaching staff. Why aren't you making these better players than what they were when they come in? That ultimately is your job, to perform in a system that you want to play. Now, our best 11 should go up, but that's a best 11 without any injuries.
Yeah,
that you're expecting
with more games,
week in, week out, 46 games just in a league campaign. If you have a little run in a cup, all of a sudden you could be getting up to sort of 55, 60 games. You ain't getting them 11 players to play every single week. So, yes, it's not too bad a championship squad. It ain't a fucking Premier League squad, that's a certain. Because if it got us up, it would need absolute major investment.
Yeah.
Tolu, I don't think we're going to get 24 million back on him. I think the book price for him now is probably around about 16, 17 million. If you could get anywhere near that for him, or somebody to sign up to paying 15 million for him after a season with an obligation to buy, you've got to buy him, then I would be snatching their hands off, I'm afraid, because we need him out. We need Wang out. We need Totti Gomez out because he's not good enough. We need a new goalkeeper. We need wingers. We need creative midfielders. We need to be able to switch it up as a side and not just rely on width, because if we're just relying on width, teams will work that out. And all you've got to do is stop the width, because you've got no creativity in the middle of the park. That's it. That's
it's like
Wolves
England,
done.
to be fair. I think England suffered with the same problem, didn't they?
We've got Andre who's going to because Andre, we're going to play as a 4. Well, then Andre, unfortunately, is just going to basically be just in front of that 4 and making sure that there's nothing going to get past. But he's not a creative footballer. There's no creativity there. Who are you going to play in the middle of the park? You've got to spend some big money for some creativity. Now, you can go one or two ways. You can spend big money on future stars and hope that they come good, or you can go and spend money on and I'm just going to pluck this out here, don't shoot the messenger, a Ross Barkley, right? Who's going to get you up the pitch. Now, I know he's had a few injuries, but he did all right for the Villa when he played, I'll tell you now. So go and get somebody like a Ross Barkley or that caliber of player. If you're not going to go and buy the best championship players, and when I say the best, I mean the best. West Ham are going to go, they'll always go and buy continental players, West Ham will. That's just the West Ham way. They might have the odd one where they go and buy somebody, from a Hull City or somewhere like, I don't know. But that predominantly they will buy foreign players. That should open up a window for us. We should be the second biggest hitters in this league. There's no excuse. We're in a far better financial state for one season than West Ham are. But West Ham will go and spend. I know they've not bought many, or I don't think they've bought anyone yet, but they will. They will be right up there. And we should be running them down all the time. There's no excuse for us not going out buying players. Now, they could well gamble and think, we'll go and loan our way up. We'll loan our way up out of this division, like they did with Neves and Jota and Willy Bolly and all these. We'll see if we can loan our way up. And if we get up, we'll see if they're good enough to keep us up. I don't think you do that twice. I really don't think you do that twice. When we did it last time with your Jotas and your Neves and that, we were graced with such talent that was far and away better than anything else in that division. But the trouble is, their remit, i.e. the owner and his second in command, has changed. He told us it had changed. So how are they going to do it? Answer us the questions. How are you going to get us straight back up? Because I don't know. I can't give you the answers. I can rant on here. You know me, I can rant for England. It's my second nature to pull this football club up and hold them to account. I will never, ever go on any platform, whether here, Always Wolves, Talking Wolves, 77 Club.
Change.
When they do good, I'll praise them. But you mark my words, like any other industry, when you do good, you'll get praise.
We did though. We have done that. We have done that.
When you do bad, you will be held to account. We will then say to you, how are you going to put it right? And if you keep making the same fucking mistakes year in, year out, then unfortunately, we will get pretty nasty towards you, because you're going to have to go at some point if you're not going to take this serious. And I don't think they take it serious. Don't think we are the number one thing in Fosun International. We're right down the bottom. We're probably 2% of everything they own. So, you know, we've got to hold them to account. Don't take anything for granted, and don't let them pull the wool over your eyes. They're very good. Their plans are very good until the season ticket deadline has gone. They always pull something out, get a roll in, get Trippier in. We'll sign Andre on another long contract. If we don't go up this year, none of them are going to be here.
I'm going to say none of it matters. They're all here for one season.
You have to go up this year. If you don't go up this year, get ready, because it's back to normal. Being a Wolverhampton Wanderers fan, it's back to, really, if you look at our history, pretty much where we belong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, but that's the truth.
Yeah, it's hard not. I mean, a lot of people probably think we're just negative all the time, but at the end of the day, guys, we just say it how it is. Like, at the moment, are you confident going into this season? Is there? That's a question to every single person that's watching this right now. Are you confident with this team about going into the next season?
Me?
Just any of them? Anyone in the chat? Whatever.
Well,
any of them?
Like Such said previously, you've got to keep Raul and Trippier fit. If any of them jigsaw puzzles go to fuck, sorry, Lima, he's an up-and-coming kid. Is he ready for being kicked about in that championship? Has he got the minerals for that? Where Trippier's very cute. So like I say, you lose Raul, and that. Do we start with we got then Sasha and Armstrong?
Yeah, and Armstrong Armstrong's been injured before his fucking season's even started.
But that's what I'm saying. And then we got Sasha.
Sasha gets injured just looking at the fucking.
That's what I'm saying. So
Son?
and then when you look at the squad depth, who's there? You look at the two young lads last night in the friendly. They're not up for scratch. So if anything happens to their seniors, and we have to rely on Chatura again, like we did in the Coventry game in the FA Cup, and then I think we had to put Chatura up there and Ainori. We don't want to go back to that again, just because we've had some injuries. So, like Sutty said earlier, when did they do their own work to say who is the best of the best in the Championship at a certain age that can piss this division and also play in the Championship? Your Georgian James, your Divines who went to Preston, these kind of characters. So why am they not sorting these kind of characters out, Dan? And then we've gone for I don't know if it's come from the French division, French 2. We've gone for a Sace, 7 million. There's some cracking lads in that Championship that one day will be in that Premiership.
Yeah.
So we're not sourcing them. We're not even looking at them. Like you said, we're waiting for Uncle Mendes' cast off. They're not going to touch no British up and coming, Scottish, Irish young talent. They're not looking at them.
No. No, guys. I mean, there's not really much else to say. What's our next? What's our next game? It's on Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Real Sociedad.
That's it, Real Sociedad. Yeah, and that's at home.
This would be a good test now. This would be a good test of a team. Obviously, is going to push up on us, Dan, and probably leave some gaps. And can we exploit these gaps now and see the Gaffer's new formation and styles? Because the game.
I think Armstrong's apparently started training again, and there's a few players come back from the World Cup. I saw Krejci in a picture as well.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what Sutty was saying earlier, and I don't know if you guys caught on to that, is these players will go. If Krejci gets a good deal, he's gone. So a player that we're relying on, that's gone already. If someone comes in for Hugo Bueno, he's gone. This is what I mean. Like, they're gonna pick us dry at some point.
Yeah, late in the window as well.
And we've got no one really at the moment lined up that's gonna make me go, okay, well, if that person goes, at least we got this. We've got so many players that have no problem at all when they're on the pitch. They're not looking over at the bench going, fucking hell, I need to do well because he's gonna come on in a minute. You know what I mean? And show me right up.
Come on and take my place. Fuck.
Well, this is it. Like, there's no level of that. Like, we had that at one point, but we haven't had that for ages.
Well, that's all we do now, Dan. We're trying to improve these players because we ain't going to invest. Well, they've got 3 weeks, 4 weeks to prove me wrong, or a lot of us are wrong, but I can't see.
Episode 17, right? This is going on YouTube. If these people decide, okay, enough's enough, the World Cup's gone, let's go at it now. Let's get these players in. Let's get rid of this deadwood. Let's get the players in. And if that starts to happen to a degree where I'm confident going into next season, good. Prove me wrong. I don't know why people think that I want to moan. I don't. I don't want to not go to these fucking football games because I miss it. But I am not giving this club a single fucking penny until Fosun starts showing me some ambition and a fucking plan that's going to put us forward, because me and Sutty were at that trust meeting and he could not cough up plans going forward. Couldn't do it. We got to think about, no, we can't do that. We need to concentrate on this year. It's a big year. But yeah, okay. But should we get promoted, what's next? We should be operating on a level like a fucking Premier League football club, and we don't do that. We're waiting and waiting and waiting. Okay, well, I suppose we've been promoted. What do we do now, guys? So, what? Anyone?
Nothing.
No. Anyone? Any ideas? No. We were just relying on this one. We got no plans. Brilliant. Am I wrong, Sutty? Is that? Did he give us 3, 4, 5 year plans?
No, he couldn't do it. I said to him there, didn't I, Dan? I said, there's a person in here who went on a podcast, and I'm on about probably, she said it 12 months ago, at least 12 months ago. And I will give her a shout out. It's Emma off Always Wolves. She sat there and she never said anything, but I was on this podcast at the time. And she said, any half-decent businessman will have a 1, 3, 5, and if they're really serious, 10-year plan. And the 10-year plan basically it includes infrastructure and all of that sort of stuff. But what they'll do to start with is they'll get their team in order.
Sorry,
right?
I'm just looking at the comments.
That's what they'll say. And so if they're going to do that and they're serious, prove it. Prove to me and other miserable bastards like me that you're taking this serious. I don't mind. Look, I don't mind. I will publicly burn the flags of Taiwan on the Waterloo Road. I'll get permission off the police in a big barrel if they get this right. And there's a 1, 3, 5-year plan to get this team back in the Premier League and gradually work its way back up. If you then turn to us after 5 years and say, we're going to keep you in the Premier League, but what we're going to do now is we're going to upgrade all the infrastructure over the next 2 or 3 years. We might not be pushing to win trophies, but what we're going to do is we're going to take this club to the next level where we're going to get a nice stadium. We can entice better players to come here. We can generate more money, a bit like a little club in London called Arsenal did. They put the playing squad on the back burner to pay for a nice stadium. The nice stadium generated money. That then enabled them to buy bigger and better players. And guess what? They won the fucking Premier League. It's not rocket science. I'm not saying we're going to win the Premier League. Don't get fooled, people. We won't. But we can be in that top 10.
Competitive.
You know what I mean? Take a big scalp once a season. Make teams feel uneasy coming to Molineux. But where is the plan? She was absolutely bang on. She hit the nail on the head when she said any good owner or any good company has a 1, 3, 5-year plan as an absolute minimum. When we asked him, he said, well, I don't know.
He did. He fucking did. I swear to you, he did.
That's not my job. I don't know.
He did.
If it's not your job, your head of recruitment, make it your job to find out what funds and what the direction of the club they want you as head of recruitment to go in. Because if you don't know what direction they want this club to go in, how the fuck do you know who to buy?
A guy said that. Someone said that.
He did, yeah.
An older gentleman said
you
that.
You should know it.
Yeah.
He said, hang on, hang on, Matt. You are telling us you don't know the 1, 3, and 5-year plan. Why don't you know it? Because you're one of the fucking main people at this club. You fucking should know it. And he just stood there mute. I don't.
Mute.
Can I just say as well, someone in the chat, I love these guys. They're great guys. Upcoming YouTube channel, the Boys in Old Gold. They do some really funny skit stuff. I really do like a lot of what they do and say. But if they put not even a bad time in the club right now and nothing to really moan about, I get what you're trying to say in terms of there's no like drama around, stick to, blah 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 blah. But there's no signings. There's no infrastructure. There's nothing going on in the background that we've seen to give us any sort of hope. We've signed 2 decent players, very, very good players who are way better than the Championship. But ultimately, they're aging out. They're probably going to give us a year. And they're probably not going to play every single game. There's a lot to be, not moaning about, but to be concerned about. And that is the problem. I am concerned. And you've got all rights to not feel concerned. Do you know what I mean? I'm happy for you. If you're absolutely okay with everything at the moment, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But I'm not. I'm not happy with Matt Jackson coming out on our website and saying that he likes how things are going or something. I can't remember word for word, but he ultimately is okay with how things are at the moment. So you're okay with how things are, right? Where the fuck? What is happening? What's going on, guys? Like, prove us wrong. I've said this. I don't mind being proven wrong. I want to be. I want to be happy. Yes, it's called Three Grumpy Wolves, but we don't want to be grumpy all the while. But this club, it gives you no fucking hope because we're ultimately playing players that shouldn't even be at the club anymore. They shouldn't be here. They've been here far too long and outstayed their welcome. And it's concerning that this club continue to go down the same paths that have led us to where we are right now. And if you're if you're happy about being relegated and about where we are, we do not deserve to be relegated. We are not happy about being relegated. I understand we can't do anything about that now. So we should be happy that, I don't know, we look like a big club in the Championship, and hopefully with everything that they're saying, we're going to be promoted. Brilliant. If that happens, okay, fine. You can go ahead with say that. That's fine. But we have been looking down the fucking plug hole for too long. We have been spiralling, and we've noticed it. But everyone up top have not noticed it. And then as soon as they've gone, oh, Jeff, what the fuck are you doing, man? They're outside protesting. Better get rid of you, mate. All right, brilliant. Bring in Nathan. All right, Nathan. Say all the right things. Do all the right things. But ultimately, guys, we've said it. We've said it so much that I just feel like putting it somewhere on the screen, somewhere where you can just see it. Actions speak louder than words. Show us. Show me, show Sutty, show Dappa, show everybody in this chat. Show us what you mean by what you're saying. I don't believe you. I don't trust you. Prove me wrong, happily, but I am not going to just be happy clapping on mediocrity and this bullshit of just, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Got a nice shirt. You see the shirt? Shirt's nice. Ralph's back. You know what I mean? You happy? Yeah? Cool. Here's Rafiki Saeed. Okay. Who's that? Oh, he's got pace, you know, we need a winger. Alright, fair enough, yeah, lovely. But it's just like, here's this. Lads, anything else? No? Guys? George hasn't picked the phone up. Fair enough. We'll just carry on. I've had enough.
What we just said there as well, Dan. Let's say the stars align some shape or form and we do get promoted. Well, what's the fucking point of get promoted if there's no three? The main person said, I don't know what the plan is. So if we do go up, Dan, what is the next 3 to 5 years plan? They're going to go, I don't know. Where's these next Premiership players coming in? Who are we going to sign? It's like, I don't know. So there's no plan there. So it's like, you don't want to get promoted again, guys, and be the laughing stock. Who wants to be a yo-yo team like that with no substance? You know what I mean? It's like, you're going to go up there and say, well, do you know any players? What's the scouts doing? What's Jeff doing? Is Mendes going to help us again? Don't know. We've got no plan. What's the actual fucking point?
If they do it properly, if they do this properly, all we've got to do next season is sprinkle a few little additions to a side that's absolutely fucking walked the top 2. That's all you got to do. You shouldn't be going up really having a major rebuild when you've got promoted. You need that side in place now. And you do then add, obviously, when you go up, you can go and spend the 100 million on a few nice little additions that'll keep you halfway in the league. But if you're going up, like Dappa's just said, and you have no 1, 3, 5 year plan, then
no point.
Fortunately, this is just going to keep happening year in, year out, up and down, a bit like Burnley, a bit like Ipswich. Ipswich should come back
Southampton.
down. Yeah. And Hull will come back down. And the likes of Hull, well, this is their big opportunity because if they come back down, they'll languish again. Same. Ipswich will always be there or thereabouts. the fucking
I don't
the
want
PE the PE teacher at Ipswich. He won't do much there. But is that what we really want? Do we really want to be going up and down every year? Do we really want to be going back to the Premier League and getting absolutely smashed every week? Because, we got up, we got the money for getting up. If we go down, we get parachute payments. It don't matter. Because don't forget, it don't matter what division you're in. That's just a term. Relegation.
That's a Jeff Shee term that Matt Jackson backed in an interview.
It's just a term. And Matt Jackson was on the same radio show on WM where Jeff he didn't just bury himself. He fucking took the fucking elevator down to fucking...
But he backed everything he said, though. If you listen to that back, he backs everything this guy says. Yeah. Then he gets sacked, and then in the trust meeting, he's basically saying Jeff's the problem. He didn't say it outright, but he basically said to me, we had a blocker, and it was, causing problems in the recruitment department. Who else is doing that? Fucking Wolfie. Who's doing that? Do you know what I mean? It's going to be fucking Jeff, isn't it? Okay, brilliant. Yep. So then Nathan comes in. That's not a problem anymore. Until we then rely on George Mendes again. And all of a sudden, all of his clients become so much more important than anything that's going on in that fucking scouting department. And I'll die on that hill. Talking Wolf said they've put in a roadmap. They were supposed to be putting a roadmap out. He was hoping they were putting a roadmap out, like we was discussed previously. We still haven't seen anything to say about it. If they do, okay, perfect. I'm very fucking cautious about seeing that. What's that going to say once we get promoted?
Is that a one-way street, though, that roadmap?
Fuck knows.
It's a fucking dirt track, I think, at the moment.
Someone else said something. Yeah. Chris said something I really want to make a point of. Something about the trust meeting. He said that apparently Nathan had a trust meeting and said that... Yeah. What did you say? Sorry, Chris, can you repeat? I've lost that fucking comment.
I've got it here. In the trust meeting with Nathan Ship, he said he would come up with a 5-year plan over the summer. That's now. And he said, I'll be waiting to see it.
So there you go. Okay, so that's, touching on what we was already talking about.
Because if they give us a 5-year plan, we've got something to hold them to account over. Now, if you keep withholding your 5-year plan, that means, in all fairness, you ain't got a plan.
We know they don't have a plan. They said it to us. They said it to us. We've heard it.
Fucking smug this is. I've been saying this for 5 years.
We heard it from the grapevine, man. We heard it from the horse's mouth in the fucking trust meeting. He couldn't provide a plan going forward.
Because, Dan, what did he say? All we're concerned about is getting up this year. We will get up. Okay. Prove it.
Yeah.
Prove it.
Prove it. Do it. Okay. Perfect. Amazing. We'll stop moaning and you can just start signing the players that are actually going to do that. Get rid of all the shit that isn't going to do that. And then we'll actually get promoted. All right. Perfect. Yep. Do all those things and I will happily get my fucking prized fucking seat in the North Bank right back again because it's waiting for me. But I tell you fucking what, right? I will tell the guy soon enough. I'll just be like, look, just give it to your fucking son. Seriously, I'm fucking done. That seat means fucking more to me than a lot of things. But I tell you fucking now, it means fuck all when we're being treated like this. It means nothing. It means fuck all, guys. Nothing at all.
So when imagine them, can't you, getting it back in their car after that fucking trust meeting, pulling out the Emerald Club. That's another fucking 40 idiots we've just hoodwinked.
Of course it is.
Mugged, yeah.
They literally, right, were more concerned about showing us this shirt than actually answering genuine questions. Because after a bit, it was like, oh, it is what it is. We've got no time now. Got to lamp it up. Anyway, guys, here's the shirt. I think it was before, actually. I'm thinking wrong, because my thing was, at one point, you can show me whatever you want up there. You can show me a beautiful shirt, because it is. It's a fucking gorgeous shirt. But you can show me that until you're blue in the face. The players in it mean more to me than anything else. And the players that we have currently are not good enough to wear that fucking shirt. So you've just given me a really, really good shirt and basically told us that, really, there's no plan. Like, we'll just get in a few, get Trippier in, get Raul in, and then we'll just do nothing because we'll use the World Cup as a giant fucking excuse.
So, and when we went to the meeting as well, Dan, and Nathan was asked the question, what's going to go on with the ground, with the rebuild? Basically said 3 to 5 years. Well, excuse me, 10 years has just passed. You know, the plans we're talking about now for the future, the 3 to 5, didn't that fucking dickhead said we got a 10-year plan and talking about Man City and whatnot? So he's saying 3 to 5 years for the ground development, the Steve Bull and whatnot. So 10 years has already passed. So is it going to be 15 years before that's under their ownership? Is it going to be 15 years before something's been done to that ground then? So where's the plans there? They're talking about future plans. What about the old plans? And saying
rumour has it they got a tarpaulin to put over the grey use.
Yeah.
A temporary tarpaulin. Yeah, but you can't. I fucking hate them.
A stand, by the way, that was called temporary when Nuno was in charge.
Nuno, yeah.
That was called temporary then.
They might as well rip the screens down in each corner and put some more grey muse in that corners as well, and then sell them for 20 quid a fucking pop.
Well, apparently there's a thing going on with the council where they're going to start investing in the city and everything, and I'm absolutely all up for that. But at the end of the day, like, that Steve Bull stand. Mark my fucking words, mate. The foundation of that stand is not going to withstand many more years of all of us clumbering all the way around it, jumping up and down. It's going to fucking go soon. I'm telling you now, it's old as my fucking patience. It's fucking...
I don't know if I've got this right, but I believe there's a report on that stand. I don't know whether it's from the fire safety aspect of things, but I'm sure, somebody tell me if I'm wrong here, I'm sure that it was given 3 years as a maximum at the start of last year, because it's crumbling away. It's fucked. But the trouble is, you see, you got Jeff, who all of a sudden came out this time last year and said, no, I like an old traditional stand, one with 4 ground, one with 4 separate stands. Now, that's fine. I don't expect our ground to look like a jelly mould ground like Southampton with red seats and Leicester with blue seats, because they're just a carbon copy of each other, them 2 grounds, really. I don't want a soulless bowl. But what I do want is a ground that's fit for purpose for everybody, so that you can go and have a piss at half time, so you can go and have a drink at half time. You can't do fucking nothing in this ground apart from the North Bank. It's the only one that's fit for purpose.
Literally,
unless you want to go and spend £1,000 a year in the Billy Wright and sit and have your dinner.
3 to 5. 3 to 5 years though, guys. Fuck me, I'll be 60 by then.
Fucking hell, Dappa.
Oh no, I should have said that, should I? But you know what I mean? Joking apart. Yeah. 3 to 5. But that doesn't affect financial fair play. So just get on with it. Multi-billionaire owners, and they don't care about the actual structure and where, you know, it's called the Molyneux, the place where you go to watch Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Yeah. Richard's made a point, actually. Richard's made a point. Richard Smith on X says, nobody has mentioned about the Chief Scout and the under-21 head coach has left. Which is true. It's true. The under-21s coach has left because when was the last time we had anything good coming out of the fucking academy, to be honest? I mean, we played so many of them. We played so many of them last night, or whenever the fuck it was. I can't even think at the moment. It's too hot in this fucking room. Whenever it was, we played a good chunk of them. They just look, I don't know, like they just don't look ready, you know what I mean? And that's fair enough. They're youth players, and that is what it is. But a lot of them have been in the youth squad for a long time. Do you know what I mean? A lot of them have been there a long while, and it's bad for them. It's really bad for them because they should be thinking now about their next step, and they're just like everyone's been saying, they're languishing, aren't they? It's the perfect word. They're languishing.
We've not got a very good turnover in that department, have we, Dan?
No. Anyway, guys, get your comments into the chat. We're gonna sort of end the stream. Thank you for being here.
Say, Dan,
Yeah.
I just want to pick up on this comment here. Boys in old gold. He's complaining about a pint costing £7. I'll keep your mouth shut, son. I don't think you're old enough to be drinking pints in Molyneux.
Well, the thing is, even if they were, you don't want to say anything like that because the prices, they'll fucking spike up like mental if we get this whole Premier League push and all this bollocks. Fuck me. The old age pensioners will have to watch from the fucking road.
They'll fucking charge you to leave the ground.
That's what I mean. As soon as we get fucking promoted, mate, you watch the fucking... Well, if we ever get promoted, you watch the fucking... you watch the ticket prices. Absolutely.
Who are we gonna be price matched? If we do go up, who are we going to be price matched to this time?
Christ knows.
Liverpool, fucking Newcastle.
Well, it was Villa last time, and look where they are.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
Do you know what? I fucking despise Villa as a club, but I think it's fucking brilliant. I actually think it's so good what they've done because it showed us up for the shower of shit as a club that we really are. We were 5 years in front of them when we got promoted in 2018. At least 5 years in front of them. We were miles in front of them. They're at least 10 years in front of us 8 years later. How the fuck has that worked? How have they worked that out?
And they've said to the Villa chairman, do you know if you spend over 100 million more than you're supposed to, you get a free point deduction? He's gone, so fucking what? Look at the squad I'm going to have. Do you know what I mean? So it's like they've looked at it and gone, that's the punishment, 3 points. But I've got a Brazilian, I've got a fucking blah blah, or a German player, and them top notch. Who gives a fuck about? It's just like we're losing one game in the Premiership. They're fucking laughing at the rules. Where our lot, the Chinese blokes, have got, oh, we can't break the rules. Yeah, because you don't want to spend that extra 50 million or 100 million to be where we should have been under Nuno or Bruno when they was pushing. These managers ask for more money and they shut it down.
We can only wait and see, people. It is actually out of our hands. You know, we kicked up a fuss last year. We made a difference last year by getting rid of the little dictator.
Yeah.
But I still question, have we really got rid of him? I don't think we have. Really, I think he's still like a bad stench.
Well, it's not even. I mean, he's very much getting a lot of the money from everyone buying this brand new lovely little shirt, isn't he? I don't condone anyone buying that shirt because it's a cracker and it's 150 years, and let's be honest, that badge is not going to be on that shirt for a good long time after that shirt comes out. So fair play to everyone getting excited about it because it is a very, very nice shirt. And I'm not going to condone, like I said, I'm not going to condone anyone for doing it, but you've got to also be sort of aware that that money is going to Fosun Sports, and Fosun Sports director is one Jeff Shea, who should be nowhere near this fucking football club. But that's by and by. Just a sec. Let me just get some comments, guys, before we start. How's it going, Sharky, by the way? Nice to see you, mate. I've seen you for a while.
Sharky, how you doing, kid?
Oh, bud. Can I ask a question for the comments, Dan?
Yeah.
Below. Where do you think we'll be, guys, 10 games into the Championship? Where do you think we'll actually be? Do you think we'll be in the top 4, mid-table? Where do you think with this current squad, with no more players coming in? Please comment below. Where do you think we're going to be?
Yeah, good question. I'm just going to get the fixtures up, actually. Fuck me, man. Yeah, it's so scary when you look at how close that fucking game's going. That game is, man. 14th of August. Oh, fuck me.
I worked it out. Over previous seasons, we need... it's 44 games. We need 2.1 points per game.
Some big games.
Guarantee a top 2 place. So on that rate, We need 21 points after 10 games.
Yeah. A lot of saying around about 10th, 7th, 13th, 14th.
Well, what's that gonna? What that's Talking Wolf said 4th. I don't know. I love the optimism. I want us to be around that mark.
Believe, yeah. I want to believe.
But I can't with great confidence say. Fuck me. I mean, we've got Blackburn, Preston, Stoke, West Ham, Birmingham, Portsmouth, Sheffield United, West Brom, and Middlesbrough. In those,
that's no joke. There's no. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, there is the Blackburns who've already for the last 5 seasons, maybe 6, dwelled at the bottom. But bar that, when you've got to play West Brom twice, Middlesbrough,
West Ham,
Blues,
Birmingham.
West Ham, Birmingham,
West Brom's
Millwall.
always going to be a fucking flip of the fucking coin, isn't it?
It's going to be a grueler. It's going to be a grueler. And you tell me some of these big centre halves are not going to gun for Raul.
Do you not think as well? Do you not think just quickly while the questions are coming in? Do you not think that looking at that table, I think you said not too long ago, Sutty, that is the most competitive I've seen. And you said that from the Championship, lots of derbies, lots of big teams, man, big football clubs. Yeah,
Best
okay. And at the end of the day, we our ambition is fair play. We want to get promoted, but ultimately, man, I'm not confident. I really am not confident. Tough games, says Christine. Rebecca says no easy games. Matthew says 10th. Matchday Ben says top 6 no problemo. Starkey says we will drastically struggle. Got Ted Lasso in the changing rooms with messages on the walls. We ain't got no firepower. If we don't get off to a flyer with Fox, says Mark. The team we have is a top 5 team, says Keegan. Don't want to be negative, but 10th to 14th, says Scott. Boys no goal, man. These guys, honestly, seriously, just give me your optimism. Seriously, they're saying first.
Yeah,
fair play to him, man. Like, I love the optimism. I really do. And to be honest, I really wish I was just as optimistic. But I'm so pessimistic when it comes to this football club, just because of how much it's hurt just recently. It really has hurt. Like, I'm there as a fucking near 40-year-old bloke, essentially in a trust meeting, in tears, to a bloke that really just doesn't give a flying fuck about anything I'm saying. And it's just painful, man. It really is just so fucking painful that last season. But yeah, guys, we're going to call it there. Thanks very much for being here. If you didn't get your question answered, put it into the comments after this video goes live. And feel free to get your comments there. We'll go through there. I know Sutty is really good at going through the old comments and that. So yeah, we'll do that for sure. Like the video, subscribe, guys. Really, really appreciate you guys being here. Obviously it's been a while, but we took off the rust, took off the dust a little bit, and I think after a bit of an awkward start, I think we. Decent little episode, to be fair. So appreciate you guys being here as always. Sutty, Dappa, have a good weekend, everyone. If you do go to the game, and yeah, just try and enjoy it and everything. Hopefully, us 3 grumpy bastards can be proven wrong. And honestly, I want that more than anything now. I really do. I want to see players coming in. I want to see Deadwood going out. Sutty, anything else you want to add before we leave?
I'm tired. I want to go to fucking bed.
Dappa.
Just do right by this fucking club, Fosun. Yeah. Just do right by this club.
Yeah. Nice one, guys. Catch you on the next one.